You ever feel like the universe out to get you? Like, no matter what you do, something always finds a way to go wrong. That is how it feels to be a Barcelona fan right now. The injury gods literally laughing at us because this is not normal. This feels like a witchcraft. Halloween's around the corner, and I swear somebody out there must have lit a candle to cast a spell against Barcelona. Because how else do you explain these many injuries this early in the season and right before El Clásico? This cannot be real, bro. Let's just go through it. Let's just go through the list real quick and tell me if this does not sound like literally like a horror movie right now. And like look at Rashad Redmond, right? We already had Gavi, we had Joan García, and we had Ter Stegen. Like, we knew these players were injured for a little while, so let's just not even count those. Okay, Raphinha got injured, and by the way, he had a relapse, so it's taking longer for him to get back, and he may not be back. He probably won't be back before Clásico. Lewandowski, Dani, Olmo, and Ferran Torres. These last three, they got injured during the international break, and they got injured, all of them, in training. Not even during the game, which to me, it's very, very eye-opening. But guys, before I keep going, make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell so you don't miss any content from us. I know some people are going to say, well, Lamine Yamal is back, Fermin Lopez is back, but come on, this is absurd. Like, we're talking about half of our attack, the goalkeeper, midfielder depth, and leadership all wiped out in just a few weeks. And here's the crazy part. Most of these aren't even game injuries. They are training injuries. Lewandowski in the international break got hurt in training. Dani Olmo, same thing. Ferran Torres, same thing. That's when it starts to get concerning, because when you're losing players in training, it's no longer a bad luck. It's about bad management, whether that is way too many minutes or, the practices are way softer than real games are ever going to be honest. So there's something there to be talked about. Now, I've heard a lot of excuses like international break this, international break that, but let's be real. You don't get hurt in training or on international duty unless there's a deeper issue there. Either you're already carrying a knock or you're pushing your body beyond its limits to keep, to please your country or to keep your roster spot. And that's just really where I lose my patience, because honestly, yes, national pride matters. But when you're a Barcelona player, when your club is depending on you, they literally pay for your bills, man. Like, club football pays. They're their bread and butter for these players. And you got to be smarter than that. You can't risk a month in the sidelines for a midweek friendly in a half-empty stadium. Meaningless game. Real Madrid had the same issue last year. They fired their conditioning and strengthening staff. They changed everything because they saw a pattern. Maybe it's time for Barcelona to do the same, because if this keeps up, it's not going to be just a coincidence. It's not going to be a coincidence anymore. It's going to be a system problem. And the timing cannot be worse right now. We've lost back-to-back games to PSG and Sevilla. We're about to face Girona, who are playing better. They were playing really bad at the beginning of the season. Now they're playing better. And we're going to get into a preview for this match tomorrow. So be on the lookout for the preview match, and I'll be talking about Girona tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that video. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We have Olympiacos after that in the Champions League on Tuesday. And then we have El Clásico. And what's scary is that Real Madrid, they're very healthy. They got one or two injuries. I think Mbappe has a little bit of an issue on the ankle, but he's back in training already. Nothing major. We, on the other hand, are patching together a lineup with kids, backups, and players are still halfway fit. Now, don't get me wrong. Lamine Yamal and Ferran are coming back. That helps. Balde is too. But let's not confuse being available with being ready. Remember what happened to Jude Bellingham against Atletico Madrid when he tried to come back from injury and try to play that derby? He looked rusty. He looked off. Because there's a difference between being ready to play and being ready to compete. Here's the truth. Barcelona beat Real Madrid 4 times in a row last season. We swept them. Beating them 5 times, that's really rare. That's really rare. That's hard. That's history pushing against you. And this time, Real Madrid is better. They're deeper, they're healthier, and they're just more dangerous with Kylian Mbappe in that kind of form. Meanwhile, we're limping into the biggest game of the year. So yeah, it's easy to panic. I mean, it's only fair, and it's easy to say that we're cooked or that we're doomed. But that's the thing. And here's one of my final thoughts. This, my friends, look at me, Real Madrid fans. This is Barcelona. And sometimes when you've got nothing to lose, that's when you're the most dangerous. No pressure, no expectations, just heart. That's when you shock the world. Imagine this story for a minute. This Barcelona injury-riddled team, counted out, written off, goes to the Bernabéu and beats Real Madrid at full strength. That would be one of the most satisfying wins in years for Barcelona. And Barcelona, that's what pride does. It shows up when everything else is gone. Barcelona beating Real Madrid, it will just be hilarious to the highest order. And you know what? As painful as this stretch feels right now, I'd rather it happen now than later. The season is just getting started, and when we can survive this storm, if we can just stay afloat, this team will become stronger and will come out to the other side. Because when we get healthier, we are going to be a different animal. And here's the fact. We already had more injuries this season than we did all last season, this early in the season. It can't get much worse. It can only get better from here. So let's just hope and pray that the injury gods are done having their fun with us. And that we can finally get healthy and go on a run, go on a deep run, and finish the season with everyone back in form when it really, really matters most. So yeah, maybe we're cursed this season. Maybe someone out there struck a few Barcelona jerseys in a quadrant and said, a little spell before El Clásico. But curses don't win games. Pride does. Character does. Leadership does. And when the ball rolls at the Bernabéu in a couple of weeks from now, all that matters is who fights harder. Barcelona, with half their squad or a full one, still has a lot of heart. And sometimes that's enough to silence the god themselves. Hi everybody, welcome to Barca Volume. This is Miguel. Thank you for watching all the way until the end. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're one of the fastest Barcelona content creators out there. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. Please help us reach this goal. Guys, let me know in the comments, who do you think will win El Clásico? And guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video.